All right. I think we're on. So, my name is Jason Clark. I'm with Southeastern Reptile Rescue. This is episode number 15 of the Snakes Are Us TV podcast. And tonight, on this episode, we're going to be talking about daughters, my daughters in particular. Before we get to that, though, a couple things I want to go over is I was scrolling social media the other day, and I came across a photo someone posted in one of these snake groups, and it was just really funny to me, and I wanted to share it. And, you know, when I do this podcast, most of these episodes, I try to do them in such a way to where if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts, to where you don't have to watch it on YouTube. But episode 15, this is one that you might want to watch the episode on YouTube because I think you'll get more out of it. Because I'm going to have my daughter in the studio. We're going to be doing a couple things in here. And I'm not going to have any live animals in this episode. The one I do with my other daughter, we made in that one. But we're going to see. But before we get to my first daughter we're going to show you tonight, I want to bring up this photo that I saw on social media. So this is what somebody posted. It says, "Cool fossil. I work on a large lake and often get to see snakes. But it's not every day I get to see a fossil snake, a fossil one. This one was in a client's walkway on his backyard. For reference, that is probably about 2 foot in length." And he goes on to post a photo of a fossilized snake, which I will show you the photo in just a minute. But the comments in this is just what I've got to show you because it's just insane. Okay, so okay, now here's the photo. Here's the photo of the fossilized snake that's in this rock. Okay. Now, some of you may be noticing something as soon as you see this, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, what in the world?" So, if you don't know what you're looking at here, we're looking at an image impressed into rock, millions of years old, or so they would have you believe. Okay. All right, so down here, let's go to the next one. So here's some of the comments. One commenter says, "It would be interesting to know the age and how it was formed." Okay. And then they go on to try to determine what species of snake this was. It says, the pattern and body thickness, etc., looks like a non-venomous water snake, not a rat snake pattern. Definitely not a moccasin or a copperhead pattern. No rattle, so it's not a timber rattlesnake. Probably a harmless snake. So we're trying to figure out what species of fossil this is. Then somebody posts a picture of Indiana Jones and says, "This belongs in a museum." Somebody else says, "That's crazy. How is this possible?" I mean, there's tons of comments on here that I'm not sharing all of them. And somebody else says, "Amazing, someone should notify museum." Then there are some people in here that did have a little bit of sense. Okay. This person says, "I am a geologist, and I'm skeptical of this being a snake fossil because of how limestone forms. It also doesn't look like a fossilized snake." Now, in all these comments, there happened to be, I want to say, 3 or 4 different people that came in the comments claiming to be geologists. Okay. I am not a geologist. Right. And, but I think every geologist in the comments, none of them that I saw said, "This is definitely not a fossil. This is concrete." Because that's what I told them. I put a comment in there explaining this is not a fossil. This is concrete. And I know it's concrete because here's another one. Now this looks like a fossilized snake, but it's not. This is actually a rubber snake that I purchased from the dollar store when I made one single concrete step at the back door of one of my buildings. And I was like, instead of like putting textures in here so it's not slippery, I'm just going to get a rubber snake and press them down in here in all these different areas. And that's what I did. That's a rubber snake impression there. And you can see here, it's a step. There's a bunch of leaves next to it, but this is a step that I made. And there's several different impressions of snakes all throughout this thing. And, the funny part of all this stuff is if you see enough rubber snakes over your lifetime, which I've seen a lot of rubber snakes, you can start to tell not only is it a rubber snake, but which store it came from because there's only so many of them, okay? And this particular rubber snake comes from a dollar store, and they sell them for $1. It's in the same exact pattern. And even the ridges that kind of go across the belly of the snake, you probably can't see on your screen, but on the actual photo, if you zoom in, right in the middle of the snake on the belly, there's a gap where there's no ridges there. And in the rubber snake, there's no ridges there because that's where they stamp made in China, okay? And so it's the same squiggly pattern. Anyway, it's just amazing to me when somebody posts a live snake, a picture of a live snake, all the crazy comments you get. Then somebody posts because look, the original comment says, this one was in a client's walkway on his backyard. So this is a concrete walkway. He's saying it's a walkway. And people are still, this is an actual fossil in a sidewalk. They think it's, I don't know. And then one person came back to correct me in my comment and says, what do you mean it's not a fossil? This is limestone. What do you think concrete is made out of? At least here in Georgia, it's made out of limestone, okay? So, yeah, it is limestone, but it's concrete. And whoever poured the concrete with the walkway happened to have a rubber snake. So if you're going to be pouring concrete, going to be making a new driveway, make sure you go get a snake from the dollar store before you do it, like I did. Pretty funny. Anyway, so we're going to get right into this. I'm going to introduce you to one of my daughters, and then we'll introduce you to another one of my daughters in a different video. But I just thought this would be some fun. A lot of people want to kind of see my family, and they have questions about them because, I've been doing shows forever, and since my girls were little. And if you've been coming to my live shows that we do, you may have seen my daughters, just kind of grew up around these events that we did. And so as they're older, they don't go to as many events. They have their own things they're doing. So a lot of people are like, what are your girls up to? How old are they now? So I'm going to have my oldest daughter, Audrey, join me in the studio. And I thought it would be fun, instead of just sitting here I'm on a microphone, she's on the microphone, because she's never done a podcast before. She's never done this kind of stuff. So I was like, what would be more fun is if we sat here and actually did like some type of a craft together. And right now, currently, this is the first podcast of December that we're doing. So I'm thinking, okay, let's do a Christmas craft of some sort. And am I crafty? I'm a pretty crafty individual, okay? You're about to see this. No, I don't consider myself crafty. My daughters are much more crafty than I am, but I don't want them to know that they're better at this stuff than me, so I really try to compete pretty well with them. And but we get Audrey, and this is going to be us today making a Christmas tree. We are making Christmas trees. And I decided to ask my favorite daughter to come down here and help me. And she wouldn't do it. So Audrey's here and is going to help me make a Christmas tree today. Now, my grandmother actually showed me how to do this when I was a kid. And we use clothes hangers. Now, right back here, Audrey, will you grab those? So do you want to do the wire ones, or do you want to do...
Which one's easier?
I don't know. I've only ever done the wire ones. But I think the plastic ones might be easier. Maybe. Possibly. And before we get started, we gotta set the scene. We got a Christmas tree scented candle. Now in a minute, once I get this going, you're probably gonna think you're in a winter wonderland fir tree forest somewhere up north. Okay, our Christmas tree cups. And I have some hot chocolate. I brought hot chocolate.
Sure.
I didn't bring hot chocolate. I do have coffee, but we've got hot chocolate at the house.
You brought a cup.
Well, I've got coffee that I can make right here. So I can make coffee for me, but if you want hot chocolate, you'll have to go to the house and get that. Anyway, so, and to really get the mood going, I've got a Santa hat, and this doesn't fit. I think this is more of an elf hat, because it is snug. I think this is an elf hat. And I've got you something to wear too. I got you some Christmas tree socks.
Oh.
So go ahead and put one of those on.
On my feet?
Yeah. Yeah, put on your feet. Get those on now. Not all 3 pair, just 1 pair. The Christmas tree. There's on here, there's Christmas tree ones and just a pair of gray ones. They put the ugly gray ones in the middle so you don't see them. That one's got presents, so put that on. I don't know what it is about wintertime, but for some reason, women's feet get really cold in the winters. Every store you go in, at the front of the store has thick fuzzy socks for sale. I guess because they know how women's feet are in the wintertime. So get those on. Food. We got food. Some of you may be cringing looking at this because of what it's made of, but the thing people don't understand is if you eat this during the holiday season, it's actually healthy for you. And it's the only time of year you can eat these, and it's actually healthy. You don't want one of these? Well, that's perfectly fine, because for you, I've got something a little different. I've got you some lumps of coal, which is exactly what you deserve. So you can eat these little lumps of coal. They're actually chocolate.
Yay.
Okay. That's your Christmas. Okay, so we are ready. Our Christmas tree socks. I've got 2 sizes of zip ties. The big ones or little ones. It doesn't matter whichever ones you want to use. So what you want to do is you want to take and put the hooks facing down. See, these are, I went by the cleaners and got these free clothes hangers. And these things are cheap. They gave them to me, which is cool. All right, so just kind of hook them together like that and make like this little shape. And they're hard to hold together, a pain in the butt, but you make like an A-frame shape like that. And then we're going to put a zip tie here, here, and right up top. Now this little hat, this thing hurt my head.
Take it off.
But it looks so festive. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so like that. That's what you want to get. That. And then, so you don't have to go back and do it later, go ahead and snip all these little things off. I'm going to make 4 of these. You can do it out of 6 clothes hangers. I think it's a little sturdier and it doesn't look as triangularly like a pyramid. If you use 8, it looks better if you use 8 than 6.
I remember how I did it.
By the time you do your 4th one and you're finished, you'll remember how to do it.
Wait, like that?
Yeah. Just like that. You smell the Christmas tree yet?
I do.
I don't smell it at all. All right. I think the ones you got are easier to do than the plastic ones.
Why?
One of these wire ones are finicky.
I feel like that would be easier.
All right, so we got 2 of them done. 2 sets done, so we need 2 more. And this is the hardest part right here, is doing this.
This is the hardest part?
This is the hardest part.
Then it ain't hard. Bet I'll get it done for you.
Let's see, if I start hurrying now, I'm going to mess up. But I don't like not getting it done. Stop, man. Stop doing it fast. We're not in a race.
Yeah, we are. Want to jump on my 3rd one? Oh, I
did you put 3 zip ties on it?
Yeah.
So it's because you got the plastic one. It's easier.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see the little hole in this thing to put
I'm
these
just
in
too
here.
younger.
That's what it is. Aha.
Oh, I'm almost done with my 1st one.
How'd you do that so quick?
I'm done.
You probably didn't do it right. See, mine's done with love and care.
Mine's
Yours is
done
done with speed and haste.
Still done before you.
Oh. the end result is going to be mine's going to be better.
Let's see about that.
No, I didn't mess up.
A piece of coal while I wait for you.
It's what you deserve, a piece of coal. Alright, so all 4 of those done. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to take, we're going to zip tie them together more. So you take one, stand it up like this, and you take one and you put it through the middle like that. So there, and then zip tie that little top part together.
What?
Just tie them together.
Mine's like shorter than the other.
Because you did it so quick. Actually, you've got different kinds of clothes hangers. Because I just grabbed white ones out of the closet. So there's probably just different brands. These are all the exact same clothes hanger that I've got.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll somehow work. Yeah, that'll work. That's fine. Yeah, that'll work. Once you cover it up with the garland, it'll just be like it's, you know, it grew leaning that way on the heel.
How do I hook it?
Just like that, wherever you're touching, just zip tie them together. I would seriously, when you close them all up, you get them all closed, it's not going to look, it's going to look as good as mine, but it's not going to look bad.
I don't even touch the ground on each side.
Well, you got all of them?
Oh, no. What do I... Huh?
Yeah. Should have chose the wire ones, huh? I gave you a choice.
You told me.
I
this would be
said
easier.
I thought it would.
You just chose that because you knew it'd be
I didn't choose anything.
I knew
You
I should
chose.
have gone with the wire. It's look.
Audrey, you're a little kid, okay? It's
Look,
bound to be crooked.
It's not touching.
So what? It's fine. It's a whimsical Christmas tree. Look at this. Now that's a good looking Christmas tree right here. All right, let me help you. I mean, you know, it's like a Whoville Christmas tree. What are you doing? What the? Oh, that's a different. Oh, hang on a minute. I know what I'm looking at here. All right, so hang on a second. Here, let's redo this. See, let's see. Let's match up the clothes hangers to where, because you got some different size clothes hangers here. So each set is matched with one of the same exact size. Okay.
That ain't the same size.
Okay, so let's match them up. Guess I'm gonna finish first after all, huh? That's the same, okay, right?
Yeah.
So that's the same.
Those are the only two that aren't.
Okay, so zip
You
tie,
got me
zip
one
tie
weird
those.
one.
Just like my kids. I knew I'd get mine done first.
I got mine done first, but you should have got me some better hangers.
I think my head's gone numb in this hat. This little elf hat.
Your face is turning purple.
All right, so let's do yours with just these 3. So these are the same kind, these 2. So see, that sits not quite right. I guess that I've never done the plastic ones, but it should. I think we can make it work. We're gonna make this work. Give me a zip tie.
Big one?
Yeah, get a big one. Stick it up top right there while I'm holding them. Do it tight. Pull it.
I'm pulling it as hard as I can get it. There.
Pull it a little bit tighter than you can get it. All right. That's actually pretty stable there now. Good. Okay, so next, the lights. Now you wanted colored lights, is that right?
Yeah. But wait, what about
What?
the rest of the hangers?
Oh. Oh, yeah. These in here? Because you can just
I'll
about
put
do
it
it with
this
what
way.
you got.
That way. Yeah. At least try to get one more on in there. Good enough.
Okay. All right. Look, it's rocking around the Christmas.
No.
This garland.
Yes.
We're not doing garland yet. We're doing lights first. Lights have to go first. Now, I tried to find a smaller box of lights, but I could not. So this is going to be
a lot of lights.
We both are going to have a lot of lights, and it may be too many lights. So that's mine, but this is yours.
That looks like yours. This is mine.
That's what I said. So that's a lot of lights for a tree. I mean, this is like for a real tree. That's 120 lights. Lord. Well, you'll be able to see this tree from space. There's a lot of lights.
How many did this one? Mine's probably going to turn out better in the end.
That's not true.
You can't just like cut the lights?
No, you can't cut them. It's a lot of lights. This is a lot of lights.
We'll figure it out.
Goodness gracious, there's a lot of lights for this little tree. So then bring it down like one of the legs. And then you're going to start taking it around the tree.
Wait, like so around each leg in it?
Yeah, so like pull it down.
Don't pull it tight. Just pull it like that, right? Pull it tight, that's extra.
Well, yeah, I know, but it'll help snug it up.
Okay.
And then you can make it start going loose in a minute. You want to just, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's a clothes hanger tree. So
Yeah.
if you mess up, somebody says, "What's wrong with your tree?" So, well, it is made of clothes hangers. So.
Yeah. Wait, so how do you go from here to here?
So once you do that, then you just turn your tree and take it over to the next thing and zip tie it there and go all the way around. Do the whole bottom all the way around the tree. You don't have to pull it tight. Man, that's a lot of lights.
Do you think it's a lot of lights?
There's a possibility it could be too many lights. And when you're cutting these things, don't cut your cord, because then you ain't gonna have any lights.
Wait, so you just go around the bottom?
Yeah. We're probably using way more zip ties than you need to use, but I don't know if I said it yet, but this is a lot of lights.
Yeah, I don't think you said it yet. You say it one more time, so they'll hear you. So, what are you asking for from Santa?
Peace and quiet. Can you give me that for Christmas? Do you have a favorite Thanksgiving that you remember? Are they all about the same?
They're kind of about the same. I don't really remember most of my Thanksgivings. Because Thanksgiving is not my favorite holiday.
What's your favorite holiday?
I don't care about it that much. Christmas.
Because you get stuff.
I don't know. It's not just that. I like... Christmas is the most appreciated holiday. So there's lights everywhere. Not everybody puts lights up for Halloween and decorates for Halloween. Not everybody decorates for Thanksgiving. Most people skip Thanksgiving and pretend it's already Christmas.
That's true.
So
some people start Christmas in July.
I'm going to go back up this one when I get back around.
You do whatever you want to do.
Because I'm going to have to go around anyway.
Go back up the next one. And then go down that one and that one.
I'm going to go back up this one, then go down that one.
Well, then do that. So, you like Christmas the best? Yeah, Christmas is my favorite.
So, like the lights, the food, everywhere you go, there's Christmas music playing. There ain't no Thanksgiving music or Easter music. Christmas is the only holiday that has music.
There's the Easter music.
Nobody listens to it.
Well, yeah, I do. What is it? I'm trying to think of an Easter song.
Of course, you know Easter music. Nobody listen to Easter music.
Here comes Peter Cottontail.
That's Christmas.
That's Easter.
No, like it's Christmas.
Hopping down the bunny trail. That's Easter music.
No, that's like the only Easter song.
Well, you said there was
There's
no
a
Easter
Thanksgiving
music.
song. The one that's like, no, I played Thanksgiving last year. I need to play that tomorrow.
No, that stupid song?
No, that was good. I don't
That
remember what it's
stupid
called.
song. You know what? There's a lot of lights. For real.
Thank you for telling me. I would have had no idea unless you just told me right then.
It really is. There might be too many. This is enough for 6 of these little Christmas trees. There's going to be so much lights on here, you ain't going to need garland. You ain't going to be able to see anything through it.
You need to, when you edit this video, you need to go back and write down how many times you said, there's a lot of lights. It's going to be like 30 times.
I don't even know if I've said it more than twice. You know, mine's already kind of looking better than yours.
No, it's still.
If
It's only because your lights are green that it looks more like a tree.
If you're honest with yourself, you realize that.
Yours looks better without the garland because it's a wired tree, so it looks more like a tree than this. But trust, once it's wrapped, you can't compete.
I ain't gonna say it. I was gonna say there's a lot of lights.
I knew that's what you were about to say. I was waiting for it.
Never mind. This is a lot of green cord right here. A lot of it. Is that better?
No, it's not the same thing. What's the best Christmas gift you've ever gotten? Like growing up?
When I was a
name
kid,
one when you were a kid and one
I
like
can name both.
since
When I
we've
was a
been alive.
kid and since you've been alive. My best gift when I was a kid, I'll never forget, I was 10 years old and I got a 4-wheeler. And it was awesome.
What for?
It was a Suzuki 185cc Suzuki. I wrecked it many times. Luckily, I didn't die. And it was that I loved that. It was because I love riding things. It was so much fun. That was cool. And then, when I was an adult, the best Christmas I ever had, the best present I ever got, I think, that I remember the most, was what you got me. And you surprised me. Like, I was like really surprised with what you got me. Because I still don't even know how you got it. It could be stolen. Because I don't know how you got it. She bought me a really big, nice gun safe, which was awesome. So I was just shocked that you got that and got it brought to the house. And I mean, it was expensive.
Yeah.
And how you paid for it, came up with the money yourself, and
well, I'll tell the story again about kind of how it came down. I wanted to get you a gun safe for a while. I'd been talking about it for months before Christmas, but I didn't know it was if it was gonna actually come through or it was gonna actually happen. And I kept talking about it with Grandmama and Aunt Carmen. Everybody knew about it, that I wanted to do it. But we didn't think it was actually going to happen. So I went down to the place where I could get your gun safe. And I went down with Grandmama. We looked at all of them. And she picked out this smaller one because it wasn't that expensive. It was like $200, something like that. And she was like, it's big enough to hold his guns. I'm like, Grandma, somebody can come in the house and just roll that away. It ain't protecting nothing. So I saw the one I wanted to get. Yeah, if you can just pick up the whole
gun safe and walk out with it, then that's not what we need.
So the one I saw that I wanted to get you, I ain't going to say the price of it, but it was pretty expensive. And I was like, that's the one I want to get him. She was like, how are you going to afford that, Audrey? Well, I had been saving up some money, so I already had a few $100. So I had everybody in the family chip in, and I paid the most on it, obviously.
Obviously.
And I ended up having to pay Grandma back a portion because she paid more than she was going to.
So you borrowed money from her?
Yeah. And, but some people did actually put amounts and I didn't pay anybody back. I just cut that part right there. Is that bad?
What?
That?
The light? Did you cut it? Oh, I can't see it. Is it
I don't know.
Yeah, it might be bad. If you cut the wire. Yeah, I think you just ruined your lights. You just cut the wire. Hang on, let's plug it up and see. And we can, I might be able to tape it. Yeah, but I might be able to fix it if it doesn't work. But I still need to tape it even if it does.
Oh, works.
All right, so go look on the shelf where the tools are and find some electrical tape. Should be some in that tool bag, some black tape.
3 tool bags. Does this work?
No, it's duct tape. You know, alligator tape. We tape gators' mouths up with it. They don't know it by electrical tape. They know we use it to tape alligators' mouths shut. So, some alligator tape. They know what I'm talking about. All right, so I really don't want to have to put glasses on. I can't see nothing. Okay,
More like Santa Claus.
so here's what we're going to do. You're going to put this on here, this tape. Because we got to get the tape in between those wires without breaking that wire. Here, I'm holding it. Get that tape around that part that you cut. Careful without breaking it. No, stick it through the back. Down in there. Yeah, right there. Now, wrap it up there real tight. Yeah, now wrap it all the way around all of it. All right, let's see if your lights work. Oh crap, they're not coming on. I didn't plug them up.
We had that break them.
Good, all right, still working. So let's put a little bit more tape on here just so it doesn't get pulled loose somehow or something. All right, now don't cut any more wire. All right, so you were telling me the story about you getting the safe.
When I got the safe. See, I had everybody chip in. And so, the day we were going to get the safe, I don't remember how far from Christmas it was. We had already bought it, and it was at the place that we were buying it from. We hadn't picked it up yet. We were trying to figure out how we were going to get it. Because usually when we go to get things like that, we use your trailer or something. So the only...
I got these glasses on. But why is everything so blurry?
The only trailer we had was Braxton, my cousin. His small little trailer. That little trailer that we surprised you on with.
Yeah.
That little trailer.
Yeah, barely feel that little trailer.
My aunt's boyfriend at the time hooked the trailer up to his truck. We drove down to the place. And the people who had it couldn't even get it on the trailer. It was so heavy. So we all had to do it. It was so hard. We got it on the trailer. And then we went and parked it at a fellow neighbor's house. And it stayed there for a week and a half, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't remember how long. Maybe even a month. And Christmas came. And then we were like, we haven't planned out how we're going to bring this up. So we didn't tell you. But Aunt Carmen drove down, and they hooked the trailer back up, and then Christmas morning, he came out, and they pulled up, and you couldn't see behind their car, but it was back there, and we surprised him. And it was the most stressful Christmas gift I've ever had to get for anybody, but it was worth it.
It was cool. I use it every day.
I know.
So what was your favorite Christmas you think you've ever had?
Favorite Christmas or like favorite Christmas gift?
Either one.
There's a difference.
Either one, both of them.
I don't know about my favorite Christmas. I've had a lot of good Christmases. I haven't really labeled one as my favorite because they're all pretty good. Mm-hmm. But I'll say my favorite gift. I know one of my favorite gifts was definitely my 4-wheeler too. Because I'll never forget that. Because I didn't actually expect to get that year.
Yeah, you were very surprised.
So, and I've never cried over a gift. So
I've got her on video crying over her gift because she was so surprised.
yeah, so it's definitely my four-wheeler. And I know I've gotten a four-wheeler before for Christmas, but for some reason that was... I guess because I knew that was, like, the biggest four I've gotten, and that one was going to be, like, a actual long-term one.
Yeah.
And it was a real four-wheeler.
But this one was, like, your dream four-wheeler.
Yeah, I made a YouTube video
about
it.
That.
I just watched it the other day, actually. And, I was showing, like, what other girls want for Christmas. I made it years ago when I was little. And I was showing what other girls want for Christmas, and I was like, what I want for Christmas. And I showed this red four-wheeler, and the sound over it was that sound that's like... Where'd the little zip ties go?
They're all gone. They used
already
big ones
used them all? Huh. But, yeah. And then that Christmas, I got that four-wheeler. That's probably the best Christmas I think I had.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Because Lily got one too. And I got one too.
Everybody got one.
Yeah. All right. So while you still got a lot of lights to do.
I just zip tied the clothes hanger. I didn't even do the lights.
So. Now, the good thing about these Christmas tree cakes is most of the time, these are not good for you, like at all. But if you eat these during the holiday season, the weird thing is they're actually healthy. This is considered health food this time of year. So.
That's
So you don't want some?
I'm good. Why are you eating it with utensils?
How do you eat it? With your hands?
Yes.
Merry Christmas. That's a lot of lights.
Why don't you help me? Why don't you cut that
There's no help for you.
Along the way while I do it. And I'll string it.
Yeah, that way you're not cutting wires. I don't smell the candle at all.
I do. Smelling it like that.
Oh, it's kind of hot. Told you there's a lot of lights.
Yeah, but it worked out. It's good now, I think. Okay.
Alright, so now we're going to put the garland on. Did you smell it?
No, I'm just...
Oh. So
where?
I just started where my plug is. And just tie you got to do it tight. Just barely tie it. And then
your garland is thicker than mine.
No, mine's thinner. I know, but mine's twice as long too.
It's harder to tie mine, not 'cause it's thick.
We'll put a zip tie on it. Just do a zip tie on there.
And then just go around?
I think so. I don't remember. I did this when I was a kid. I don't think we need to zip tie it on here. If you pull it kind of tight, it might just stay on here. But if you feel like you need to zip tie it, you couldn't see a zip tie on yours if you did put it on there. See, I'm probably going to need like both packs of mine because this is just kind of skimpy garland I bought.
Yeah, mine's better.
Well, I got silver because of my decorations are going on here. I figured they'd show up better. What's that?
My coal. I bumped it. I'll get it in a second.
Yeah, I'm going to need 2 packs of garland for sure.
I don't like where I tied it.
Yeah, it's staying on here decently. Except the lights on the bottom of mine need to be like pushed back into the tree or something, I think. You know what? I might need 3 things of garland. This is some skimpy garland I got.
Why is it so thin?
I know.
You should have got a thicker one. They didn't have other options?
I mean, I didn't realize it was skimpy. I was picking it because of the color. It's going to work. Look, it's going to work just fine. Yeah, I'm going to have 2 packs for sure.
I had to restart because where I tied it, it was like sticking out. It didn't look good.
Yeah, I'm glad I bought 2 rolls of this.
Yeah, maybe the second roll too.
I mean, I could use a 3rd roll. This is like a long pipe cleaner.
That's as much as this first one wrapped.
Really? When I was at the store, I bought a lot of ornaments for myself. I didn't buy you any ornaments.
Thanks.
And remember, if one side looks like bad, you can say, put that side to the wall.
Yeah.
Like when you get a real tree and one side looks all jaggedy.
Yeah. Guess I could do that.
That's what I was doing when I did this tree. I was trying to make one side look really good. I don't know if any of it does. It's not bad. Alright, so for decorations, got some cool decorations. For my tree anyway. I found alligator Christmas ornaments. And I've got several of these. I'm not going to put them on here. And then, these are not Christmas ornaments, but they are just little toys. And I drilled a hole in these things and put a little hook through it and made little tortoise Christmas ornaments here. So I've got some tortoise Christmas ornaments. I also have a bearded dragon Christmas ornament, which is not a Christmas ornament, but I did drill a hole in his back and put a hook in to make him into a Christmas ornament. I believe this is a veiled chameleon Christmas ornament that I've made as well. Didn't make him, but I put a little hole in him. And the coolest one, one of the coolest ones, is this little rattlesnake. So I've got a few little rattlesnakes that are just going to be going on the Christmas tree. But I was thinking of what to put on the top of the tree. And I got, Audrey, I did get you something to put on top of your tree. I got you a little
cute
Christmas star. But going on top of my tree, and I got a whole bunch of these alligators. I bought all the alligators that the store had. And I was like, I have to own all those. So I got a whole bunch of them. And this is what I was thinking would be cool. I was thinking this would be cool to put on top of my tree somehow. A little cobra. Like, cool, that's a spectacle cobra. Put it right there at the top. Awesome. Somehow, get a little cobra to go up there. So I'm gonna try to get a little cobra.
I think I did it.
I think you'll see it. There should be enough alligators to decorate both trees. Because I bought all the alligator ornaments the store had. So, speaking of alligators, this one time, we used to have an aquarium in my living room that had fish in it. And we one time got in like a dozen baby alligators. And I think later they came in like a couple of crocodiles, little baby crocodiles that came in. And so I had a couple of little crocodiles and a dozen baby alligators in this tank in the living room because we had fish in there, but I thought the gators were cooler, so we just put a bunch of gators in it. They ate the fish, but it was fine. And so one day, cleaning the alligator tank and put all the gators and the 2 crocs in the bathtub, and so Audrey's like 5 years old, and she comes in there and says, "Daddy, can I go hold one of the baby gators?" And I'm working on my laptop, and I'm like, "No, baby, don't hold one." She said, "Why?" I said, "Because there's crocodiles in there too, and those bite like really bad." She said, "Well, I won't hold one of those." I said, "Okay, well, as long as you get an alligator and don't pick up a crocodile." She's like, "Okay." So I go back to working, and I think, what conversation did I just have with my 5-year-old? But that's kind of how she was raised. So, all right, so here is your little alligator ornament that you can use.
Okay.
And I've got some little hooks somewhere that we can hook all these on there with. That looks good, Audrey.
All right.
I mean,
good at what I do.
Looks good. This one looks great. All right, so I just wrap one of those little hooks around the snake. I think that will hang just like that. That is cool. That's a cool little Christmas ornament right there. Look at that. Awesome. Look at that, Audrey.
I know,
Isn't that cool?
really good. I like
That's
that.
cool. All right, so then we can put, I guess I'll put all my snakes on there first. So on my Christmas tree, our family Christmas tree at the house, I've got a snake that one of our followers crocheted, and I think, is it 2 snakes? I want to say, yeah, there's 2 crocheted snakes that they made me years ago, and they're so cool. And I started putting them on my Christmas tree, and then the next year they sent me in the mail 2 mice, crocheted mice. So now what I do is I kind of wrap the crocheted snake around the mouse and stick it in my Christmas tree every year. So probably some of my favorite ornaments right there. Very talented people out there. But that's pretty cool. Pretty cool to have little rattlesnakes in your tree. But I want to figure out how to put this cobra. I want to put him like up top.
I think I'm
like
finally done. Yeah, I'm done. How's it look?
That looks really cute.
There's a few gaps still, but it's okay.
So I'm trying to get the little cobra. I think he'll sit right there.
I'm going to put my star
And guard the top of my tree. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Look at that. The cobra.
Cute. Go ahead and put the star on my tree. If I can figure it out.
Well, you're probably going to have to zip tie it on there somehow.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to find
Yeah.
how to do it.
Be careful. What if all your clothes hangers just came apart?
That would suck, but I don't think with all them zip ties they will.
Yeah. So we got 3 rattlesnakes on here. We're going to add the bearded dragon. We'll make it like the bearded dragon that's kind of climbing up the tree there. Like that. Bearded dragon's climbing up there. And we're going to need a tortoise somewhere. The tortoise up here toward the top somehow. Just coming out of the tree there. Look there. That's pretty good. Then we got our veiled chameleon, I believe is what this is. And we'll put him over here on the opposite side of the bearded dragon. That will have a lizard on each side of the tree, because I just have these 2 lizards. And you could be climbing too there, fella. So, we've still got more. You know, I think I bought too many alligators.
that look?
That looks really cute. Here, put you some gators on it. You want a tortoise on your tree?
Sure. Yeah.
There's your tortoise. I think it's pretty obvious which tree is the best here. Isn't it obvious to you?
Mine.
That's not what I was going to say. All right, drum roll. The lighting of the Christmas tree, and wouldn't be complete without the nativity scene with Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus right there. So, but we got alligators, lizards, tortoises, snakes, and a pretty cool Christmas tree, if I do say so myself.
Mine's flickering.
Well, I wonder why. You cut the wiring, so.
You can't really see the animals that are on my tree.
Yeah, there's a chance Audrey's could catch on fire at some point. Okay. So, awesome. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and y'all have a wonderful holiday season. Thank y'all for joining us. Awesome. Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and y'all have a wonderful holiday season. Thank y'all for joining us. All right. Well, thank you guys, those of you that stayed with us through all that, and I appreciate it. And one last thing before I go tonight is, all right. Well, thank you guys. There are so many things that come up in people's lives that they want to be able to accomplish and do, and there's dreams that people have, and so many people come up with some really good ideas, just really good ideas that they want to implement, but most people don't ever do the really good ideas that they implement. And because I come up with tons of things I want to do and probably do less than 5% of them. But just leave you one thing, in your life, just remember, don't settle. Don't settle. Do not let what you can't do keep you from what you can do. If something stands in your way in between you and success, move it. Can you imagine yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if you stopped avoiding the things that you know you should do and you actually started doing the things you know you should do? Can you imagine where your life would be if you did those things? Even people who love you will often transfer their fears onto you. When a person says you can't do something, that just means that they can't do that thing. Okay? Love those people, bless those people, but just keep doing your thing, whatever that is. The last thing I want to tell you, Jesus loves you, and so do I. I appreciate you guys joining me for episode number 15 of the SnakesAreUsTV Podcast. I will see you guys next week for episode number 16. If I can think of something to talk about. Have a great day. We'll see you later.